Meanwhile, Tyler, the biggest semiconductor maker in the world will give its mid-quarter update tonight after the closing bell. Intel shares today are actively traded and higher, up 2% ahead of that mid-quarter update out of Intel. Today, the analyst following Intel at RBC Capital raised his price target on Intel, as well as the third quarter earnings expectations for the company. Apjit Walia is now the high man on the street in terms of revenue forecast for the third quarter. Nice to have you with us, sir. Welcome.
Hi.
What are you expecting to see the upside strength at Intel? Are you seeing a pickup in the computer notebook part of the business, or what? Where specifically is the demand coming from?
I think the demand's coming on primarily from the laptop notebook segment itself. I mean, that's what's been going on for the last few quarters or so, and I expect that to continue further. You're seeing strength also coming from the chipset division, but the primary driver this quarter, and I believe the next quarter as well, will be notebooks.
Now, you're looking for $10.1 billion in revenue for the next quarter, correct?
Yes, what we've done, we've been a street high on the Intel revenues the last 3 quarters, since the December quarter, and what we did today, we raised numbers for this following quarter. I mean, the mid-quarter update today, in my opinion, is largely irrelevant to Intel stock. The stock's up 40% in the last 9 months. It's outperformed not only the semis, it's outperformed the entire market. I believe going forward, what really matters is the September quarter and the quarter after that.
And I'm sorry.
So what we've done is we've raised that number to a street high. We're modeling 8% growth. We've got about 5% seasonality is what really happens. I think our checks are showing that July is coming in very strong. So we expect high single-digit, low double-digit growth in September quarter. And if you really see where the street is right now, the street's at about 9.6 billion. We're about 400 million above the street. I think numbers have to go higher in the next few weeks.
And of course, those future quarters will be influenced by the next product cycle or the next group of products. Company right now has a new family of wireless chips. How important is that new family of wireless chips, and where is the demand for those chips coming from? Speaking,
I think I suppose that's corporate and consumer both. I mean, I think that the demand, I think there's 2 ways to look at it right now. You're seeing the notebook adoption, the wireless notebook adoption around the world, which is driving strength, and I think desktop is not growing as much. And the second thing you're seeing is the emerging economies, the developing markets. I think that's very strong. If you look at countries like India, China, Russia, Brazil, Eastern Europe, there's a lot of education spending coming from those countries' governments, which is going into PCs right now. And that's what's driving Intel's strength, where if you see some of the other semi companies are not seeing that much strength that Intel is, that's where the dichotomy lies right now.
Got it. Abjit, very quickly, I know you say the stock is up 40%. It's already had quite a run, but as we see estimates come up, are you expecting this stock to continue the run?
Yes, I believe stocks are going to outperform the sector. Now, on an absolute level, I can't really say it's going to go to 35 or so, but I do believe that it's going to outperform semis for the next few months.
All right, thanks for weighing in. We appreciate it. Apjit Walia, RBC Capital Markets. We will have full coverage planned of Intel's mid-quarter update in the next hour, so do join us when we get that information. Tyler.